weekly jam session. If this is your first time joining me, this is something we do every week, and I teach you a little bit about improvising, and then we jam together, which means I play an accompaniment on my piano and you at home are going to improvise a melody on your piano, and it's a lot of fun. After the jam session, my finger puppet friends come out and tell a couple of jokes, and then I'll do shout outs at the very end. So if you want to stick around and leave me a comment with your name and where you're from, then I'll give you a shout out. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. I have a fun accompaniment that is kind of a bluesy sounding accompaniment. Here's what I'm going to be playing for our jam. Okay, so I'm going to be playing that while you improvise in the G and the C Mixolydian scales. Now, you might not have ever heard of a Mixolydian scale, but don't worry, relax. It's actually a really easy scale, and it's something that's used pretty often in blues and jazz. So find on your piano, if you start on a G, which is right here in this group of 3 black keys, here's G, and then if you just go up white keys from there, or if you're just using a pentascale, you could use 4 fingers of your left hand and then 4 fingers of your right hand. See, if you just leave your thumbs out, now you have 8 fingers, and that's the perfect number of fingers to make the G Mixolydian scale. It's basically all white keys, G, A, B, C. You could do that with your left hand, fingers 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the right hand can take care of D, E, F, and then one more note would bring you back to G. All right, try playing that scale with these 8 fingers. All right, now what can we do with this scale? Well, one thing that's fun to do with this style that we're doing today is to take thirds. So you might just take your fingers 1 and 3 and try playing, like here I've got this G and B, and you can go up by steps. Try playing that pattern. We're just going to step up, step down, step down, step up. And that sounds kind of good with this. Okay, now you can do that same thing starting on B and D. You can hear that sounds even jazzier. If you want to see more closely what I'm doing, see I'm starting here on B and D in thirds, and then I'm just stepping up twice, step back down, and then I make that a little bit syncopated. Ta, 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 ti, ti. Can you try copying that? You tried that by yourself. Go. Listen to it one more time. Now your turn. Okay, now a more advanced fingering would be to use fingers 3 and 1 and then fingers 2 and 4. See, then you never have to move your hand. That's actually a little bit harder. See how I did that? That's a little bit tricky. If you want to try more advanced fingering, you can do that. Or you could just move your whole hand and go like this. Okay? So it's totally up to you. Now, let's look at the C Mixolydian scale. For the C Mixolydian, we start on C, and it's just like the C major scale, which is all white keys, except we flat the B. What gives Mixolydian its unique sound is instead of a half step here at the top of the scale, we put that half step 1 lower, and so we basically flat the 7th or lower by a half step, the 7th note of a major scale, and that's what gives us a Mixolydian scale. Okay? So when I'm playing a C chord in the accompaniment, you're going to switch to this scale. Okay? And we can do the same kinds of things with this scale. Okay, let me take those blue dots off and show you what I mean. Okay, so for example, you can now start here on E and G, and we're going to go up by thirds. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this straight. So basically the same pattern we were just doing, but now instead of a B, we've got to make that a B flat to get that jazzy sound. Can you try that? Your turn. Listen one more time. Now your turn. Now, that's just one possible pattern you can do with those thirds. You can do... So you can find other combinations. See, I don't have to just go in one direction. We can start up here and step down. There's lots of possibilities, but you want to probably start here on C and E, or here on E and G, or G and B flat, because these are the notes that make that C7 chord that I'm playing in my accompaniment part. All right? Now, I'd like you on your own to try and make your own pattern with thirds. Again, start on a C and an E and a G, or a G and a B flat, and just mess around a little bit. Don't forget that we're in C Mixolydian right now, so B is kind of like hot lava. You always want to turn that B to a B flat. No B's right now, only B flat. And see if you can make up a pattern using those thirds, and just have fun improvising for a few seconds before we do our jam. So it's your time to just practice, mess around, improvise a little bit. I'm going to make sure we are broadcasting. So you're just practicing right now. Okay. Looks like we are streaming. That's always comforting. A couple of weeks ago, I thought I was streaming, and the whole time I was just talking to nobody. All right. Are you ready to jam? So, let me explain how this is going to go. I'm going to be playing either a G chord C chord. Can you hear the difference? This is the C chord. And that's the G chord. So I'm going to go back and forth, and I'll go ahead and call it out. I mean, eventually I'd like you to be able to hear it, but you might be so focused on your improvisation, you might be thinking about other things. So I'll call out G. And I'll do 4 measures of that, and then I'll go C. When you hear me say C, that means you're going to make the B's hot lava. If you're in the G Mixolydian scale, remember, they're all white keys. B is what you want. See, I am using the B natural. But then when I call out C, then the B will have to become B flat. Does that make sense? Whenever you hear me call out the C chord, we're going to C Mixolydian, which uses B flat. And so then your notes are going to sound best if you're using that B flat in there. And then when I call G again, then B becomes B natural again. Okay? Now, I encourage you to try out these thirds that we've been practicing. But if you get bored of the thirds and you want to switch to just a regular melody, that's fine. But just remember, whenever I call out C, use a B flat in your melody instead of B. And then when I call out G again, then it's a B natural The natural means the white key. All right, so think you can keep track of that? If you forget, it's okay. Remember, in an improvisation, there are no right notes or wrong notes. We're just having fun, making up music. Okay, so get ready. We're going to start on the G chord. So with all white keys, like I said, try experimenting with these thirds. I think you'll really like the sound. Okay, here we go. Let's jam. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. Sorry, I forgot to call that one out. Hopefully you heard it. G. C. G. To an end on a G. All right, how'd your improvisation go? Now on your own this week, you can play around with that even more. Let me show you what I was doing in the left hand, so if you want to try to copy that, you can. Let's come back down here a little closer. And I'm going to come down low on my piano. And the pattern I was just playing over and over again, and this is pretty low. So I was using a low G and I was going bum, 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 bum. So I'm using my fingers 5, 2, and 1. So it's a bit of a stretch. You'll notice this is the interval of a seventh here. Bum, 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 bum. So if your hands are smaller, this may be a big stretch. But if you're older, you might be able to reach this. 5, 1, 2, 5. So try that out on your piano. It's that pattern. And I just repeated that over and over again. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. And then when I wanted to go to the C chord, then I was using C, G, and B flat. Bum, bum, bum. It's hard to play with those dots, little magic dots. So watch. Bum, 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 bum. So that's C, B flat, G, C. Bum, 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 bum. And I do that for 4 measures. Sorry, bad angle. And then I go back to the G. So that's what I'm doing with my left hand. So your right hand can be playing some fun stuff. Let's put you back up here. Hope you didn't get dizzy, sorry. See, your left hand can be doing that, while your right hand, you can improvise with yourself. Now, if that's too hard to think about both hands at the same time, you can ask a duet partner to play that left hand part for you while you do the improvising. Okay, so hopefully all week long, you can continue to experiment, have some fun with that, with these thirds in this Mixolydian G and the Mixolydian C scale. I wanted to show you one other trick you can do with your right hand. So brace yourselves one more time. If If you want to get even fancier, and this is a little bit more advanced, but you know how I was showing you these thirds? Well, you can add an extra note. So take your fingers 3 and 5 with your right hand, and your finger 1 is going to go on G, and listen to this. Doesn't that sound cool? See, I'm just playing these thirds with my fingers 3 and 5, and in between each third, I'm adding a G in my right hand. And I really think that's a fun sound. Isn't that cool? And you can do the same thing in C. Here's a C major chord, and I'm going to go. See, I'm just using these thirds in the C Mixolydian with that B flat and adding a C in between each one. So if you want to experiment with that this week, you can try that as well. Okay, well that's our jam for today. Some fun with C Mixolydian and G. Thanks for jamming with me. Let's see if the finger puppets are ready to share a joke. I gotta go find them. Hey, Scuba and Chef, you guys ready? Hey guys! Hey everyone! How's it going out there? Well, are you ready for a joke? Hey, Chef, did you hear about the kid who was really good at sleeping? No. He was so good, he could do it with his eyes closed. Good one. Here's one for you. All right. What was the snake's favorite subject in school? I don't know. History. History, good one. Hey, bye everyone. Bye guys. Hey, thanks for those jokes, guys. Well, that's it for today. I'm going to finish with shout outs. So if you want to stick around and tell me where you're watching from, I'll say hello to you from wherever you are. And just know that I'm really grateful to be able to make music with you all today. So let's go to shout outs. Who is watching today? Let's see. Hello to Samidha. Hello to Isha. Hello to Lucas and Hannah in British Columbia. Hello to Grant, Audrey, and Gavin in California. Someone asked what Cassiopeia I have. This is the PX350M. I really like it. At my academy, Hoffman Academy, Portland, where we teach local students, we use all Cassiopeias. I think they're just a great, solid, reliable piano with a great touch. It feels a lot like playing on a real acoustic piano. It has a good sound. They're pretty portable. I can pick it up myself, which is great. So it's a good instrument. Definitely recommend it. Okay, tangent. Hello to Mickey in Plano, Texas. Hello to Chad, Stuart, Macy, and Edison Strite who are watching today. Hello to Yuan in Michigan. Hello to Lois. Hello to Grace in Pennsylvania. Lois is watching in California, I should have mentioned. And hello to Iman and Yasmin in Houston. Hello to Jessica in Utah. Hello to Wendy in Louisiana. Hello to Grace in Pennsylvania. Oh, I think I said hi to Grace already. She's telling me she's in Unit 5. Great job, Grace. Hello to River in Atlanta, Georgia. Hello to Aaron in Canada. Hello to Valerie Wilson in Vancouver. Hello to Leo in Commerce. Hello to Timothy in California. Hello to Parth in Beaverton. Hello to Daria in New York City. Hello to Philip in Georgia. Hello to Lila in Florida. That's cool. You lost your top tooth. Way to go. And hello to Anushri in Antigua and Barbuda. Hello to Kira in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Hello to April in Texas. And Suzanne is asking, when is the next unit going to come? I am making Unit 13 right now. We just released a new lesson yesterday. And we're also working on the complete materials for Unit 12. Hope to have those done in a couple of weeks. And hello to Mia in Taiwan. Hello to my brother Jason, if you're still watching. And hello to Noel in Pennsylvania. Let's see. Hello to Denise in Chile, South America. Awesome. Anyone else? I'm going to wait a minute or two to see if anyone else comes on, because sometimes there's a big delay between me doing this live and the comments you submit. It's not instantaneous, I've found. So as I'm saying this, you might be watching this 2 minutes from now, and so I've got to wait a little bit. Hey, Jason's still watching. Yep, Jason's like family to me. Always has been. Let's see. If you are still watching and I haven't said hello and you want a shout out, go ahead and type in your name, and I'll just wait a minute and make sure we get everyone. But if I've already said hello, and if you've got other stuff to do, feel free to get back to whatever you were doing before. Or if you just want to hang out and wait for me to watch. Let's see. Or if you have any burning questions and you want to type in a question, I'm here. I've got a couple of minutes. I can hang out. Daria says, you're having a graduation ceremony and finishing elementary school. Congratulations. That's awesome. So that means off to middle school, I guess, next year. Congratulations on that. And, oh, here comes another one. Hello to Rie in Japan. Glad you're watching with us. It must be pretty early in the day over there. So you got up early to watch us. Glad you could join from Japan. All right. Well, I think we got everyone. Thank you for jamming with me today, and hope to see you back again next week. Take care and keep making music, everyone. Oh, now we're getting some questions. See, there was a delayed reaction. Okay, I'm not going to set up yet. Let's see. Lila wants to know who invented the piano. I believe his last name was Cristofiori. And if you go on our blog, we have a whole article about the invention of the piano. It's a pretty cool article that my sister, Rebecca, helped write this article, Cristofiori. And the interesting thing is, before the piano was invented, there were lots of other keyboard instruments. The organ was invented before the piano, long before the piano, and the harpsichord. And you should go online and listen to some examples of the organ, of the harpsichord. They both have a very unique, very interesting and cool sound. And the cool thing about the piano, and why it was actually originally called the pianoforte, if you've done my lessons far enough, you know that piano means soft, to play quietly. And forte means loud, to play loudly. Well, a long time ago, the organ you couldn't make it play louder by hitting the key harder. And you couldn't make it play softer by hitting the key softer. You had to control the loudness or the softness with other buttons off to the side of the keys. And so the amazing invention about the pianoforte which we eventually just started calling the piano for short. The pianoforte was cool because this inventor figured out a way that, depending on how hard you hit the key, would control how loud the sound was, which was a new thing. It seems so like obvious to us, but that didn't used to be true. On a harpsichord or on an organ, no matter how hard you hit the key, it's the same loudness. And so they called it the pianoforte because it could play soft or loud, all depending on how hard, how quickly you struck the key. And pianoforte was so long to say, eventually they just started calling it the piano. But the original name of the piano literally means the soft loud. So instead of saying, I play the piano, you could say, I play the soft loud. But now it's just the soft, and that's kind of weird because the piano doesn't just play soft, but that's what we call it. So, hope that answers your question, Lila. That was a long answer. But there's even more if you go to that article, which again is on our blog somewhere. Good luck finding it. There's so many articles on the blog, it can be hard to find things. We need to add a search feature. I don't know if it has one yet. We've been working on that. Okay, a few more people have signed on to say hello. So hello to Hartej in San Francisco. I hope I said your name right. Apologies if I didn't. And Isha graduated from pre-K. Congratulations. Philip wants to know if I can play All of Me. Oh my gosh, that's the song I play in the intro. That song is so hard. I would probably need to practice that. I tell you what, Philip, I will practice it and maybe I can play that next week. Okay, because I don't want to play something that I haven't practiced in months. It's been a while since I played that song. But that's a good idea. Okay, thanks, Amalia. Oh my goodness, I owe you an email. I just realized from way back. Well, I think that's it. No, here comes one more. Allison, hello to Allison. She just said hi. And let's see, in California, we have Amalia, Eliana, and Sebastian. Hello to all of you. Glad you could watch today. Okay, I keep thinking I'm going to sign off, and then someone else gives me someone else to shout out to. So there's still time. Still time. Otherwise, we can wait till next week. Hello to Susanna. See, there's one more. We could do this all day, right? Okay. Well, I probably should get back to working on Unit 13, and also we have some revisions coming for Unit 7. And that's, if you're wondering what I do all week, it's mostly working on our next unit or working on some new features. We also have some new games we're going to work on adding in the next couple of months, so be watching. We have some new levels about to be released for Staff Crawler. So if you've made it to the highest level possible in Staff Crawler, you want to come back in a week or two and try out our new levels. We're going to start having sharps and flats in the melodies when you get to the higher levels. So some new things to look forward to. All right, thanks for watching today, and I hope you guys come back next week. See you next Wednesday. Bye, everyone.